What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wilson Brothers Ranch. I'm Chase Wilson, and I'm super excited about today because Reolink has actually decided to send us a brand new camera. Here at Wilson Brothers Ranch, we actually have used Reolink's cameras before, but this is the first time trying out the Elite Floodlight WiFi with the AC cable. Reolink actually sent us a 64 gigabyte memory card to go with it. Let's go ahead and open up our box and see what's inside. Okay, the first thing we have is opening. Oh, okay. So rating instructions and your little window sticker. This little box just contains a bunch of hardware, and we have our AC cable down here. This is how we directly wired into an outlet that's already has power, and the actual camera itself is designed to fit over a light fixture, an outdoor light fixture, and be manually wired in. For starters, the camera feels like it's made of quality materials, solid in the hand, tight seams, and the whole unit feels like it's built to live outside. So now that we have the Reolink camera out of the box, I went ahead and went over to my house where the camera is going to be installed. And first thing we're going to do is take the control panel off the back so we can access the ports. There's a reset camera and SD card slot and a USB-C charging cord. So just get a regular Phillips screwdriver. So now that we have our little back plate off, we can see the control panel. And this is a little reset button, a USB-C slot, and a micro SD slot. And we can go ahead and plug in our power cord. I'm just using one we already have laying around.
Welcome to Reolink. Please install Reolink app and scan the QR code on the camera.
The next step for your Reolink camera is to download the Reolink app and set up an account. Once you finish that, you can start initializing your camera and linking it to your Reolink app. To do that, just add a camera. But since we already have multiple cameras added to our Reolink account, we're just going to go ahead and click the plus sign at the top right of the screen, and then we can use our camera to scan the QR code on the camera itself. Then we can configure Wi-Fi via Bluetooth, make sure it's powered on, click next, and then press and hold the reset button on the device until you hear a voice prompt. So holding down the reset button.
Welcome to Reolink.
Okay.
Please install Reolink app and scan the QR code on the camera.
Okay, well, I have heard the voice play to the device, so click that checkbox. Once you set a password for the device, we're going to go ahead and name your device. We'll put this as driveway. Click next, and then it says initialization complete. So the next step is to install the camera on the wall. Yesterday we ran into a little bit of rain, so it's the next day, and the next step of our install is to come to our breaker box and find out where to turn off the power to where we're installing it. So I actually know that it's right here, so I'll turn off the power. Cool, ready to go. And we'll use this special tool which lets us know if electricity is currently running to this, and this junction box is dead. So we're ready to install. So we're actually replacing this light, and we're gonna just be utilizing this junction box for our Reolink camera. All right, this can come off, and we're just gonna disconnect our wiring. Okay, we're just gonna undo our wire nuts here, disconnect, and now our neutral and our ground are out of the way. We're gonna be messing with our live wire, so we're gonna get everything else out of the way, make sure, just in case the electricity didn't get turned off right, we wasn't touching anything. Okay, we just have this bracket that was on the existing light. We're gonna take that off because we have a bracket of our own to install. The first step of our install is to get this mounting plate, make sure it says front facing towards you, and grab the screws that says A. And then we'll go ahead and mount that on the junction box. And now that we have our plate on, we can go ahead and get our mounting bracket. The next step is our mounting bracket, and we have a little bit of level right here and an arrow with up. So we'll put it just like that. And then we have our mounting screw right in the center. We'll go ahead and screw it in. Use the level up at the top. We're able to see when it's perfectly level. All right, good to go. It's finally time for the camera, so we're gonna go ahead and hang it on this little braided wire right on the hook, and that can just stay there, while we're wiring our wires. Reolink provided these wire nuts, which are perfect for this job, but we're gonna go ahead and use these Wagos. Okay, so on our Wagos, all we have to do is just slip them on and then fold, and that's not coming off. And then we match up. So this is our neutral wire. All right, we got our neutral hooked up. Next, we'll hook up our hot wire. That's the light hot. That's connected. Lastly, our ground. Lock that in, and we'll take the ground from our light. There we go. We're all connected. All right, we got those in, and we just line up our light, and it's as simple as that. And we have 2 screws to put in. And start it as well. Perfect. All right. Here we go. And those are our caps. We adjust our camera, and I'm thinking about pointing it a little bit towards the driveway, like that. And we can go ahead and use our tool, slide it on there, and just tighten. We can always come back and adjust this later on. And let's adjust our lights downwards and out. Something like that. Yeah. You can take our protective film off our camera and turn our electricity back on. Okay. Okay, well, we got power and we're waiting for the Reolink to connect to the internet, and there it is right there. That looks gorgeous. The color on this 4K camera looks fantastic, and since we have 180 degrees visual, I'm able to see everything that's going on out here. And that's what it looks like in real time. Screen recording so y'all can see what it looks like on my side. But it looks pretty great. We're about 15 feet back. We're gonna go ahead and head back to about 30 feet. I'm screen recording on my phone so y'all can see what we look like. But standing 25 feet back, we look pretty clear. We only have a couple more hours till the sun goes down. So we're gonna wait, and then we'll show you what the infrared looks like. Finally got dark enough for us to test it, so let's head over. We're here at the garage, and we're gonna walk up to the Reolink camera, and we're gonna wait and see how long it takes for the sensor to sense us coming up. There we go. I'm about 40 to 50 feet back here. That's pretty crazy. It's late at night, there's all these clouds in the sky, no stars in sight, so it's working pretty well. And I'm sure y'all are able to see, Steven was walking up to the camera with the infrared on. And at the factory setting, the light's plenty bright. While we're out here, Steven's inside listening to the audio of me talking. Test, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now Steven can actually hear me, so he's going to talk to me now. We're going to see how that sounds.
Hello everyone on YouTube!
This camera has a total of 9 infrared sensors. This is what the infrared camera looks like up close and at night. Floodlight on, he's able to see me in color, but as soon as that floodlight turns off, it switches to infrared. Reolink can also be paired with Google Assistant, Alexa, Home Assistant, and Apple HomeKit Hub. Personalization doesn't end there, because you can alter the LED lights from brightness and color temperature, ranging from 3000 Kelvin to 6000 Kelvin. And with 4 different modes, you can choose when it's on. You can have it on motion, auto mode, always on at night, and specific timer mode. The floodlight can also be utilized as a security strobe light to ward off any potential threats. Along with a strobing light, you can also use the speaker as a siren for up to 105 decibels. And this all can be triggered within the app anywhere in the world. All of these features work hand in hand with Reolink's perimeter protection system. With the perimeter protection system, you have line crossing alerts, you also have zone intrusion alerts, and zone loitering alerts. And video playback has streamlined with Reolink's brand new AI, Rio Neuro. You can ask it to look for specific things, like a white car or a certain animal, and it will show you all the footage it has pertaining to that object. If you guys want to pick up one of these amazing cameras for yourself, go ahead and click that link down in the description and use promo code Wilson Brothers Ranch for 5% off of this camera. See you guys later.